Hi, everybody. It's Al, and I am coming on here today. To pass the time away, because why not? I'm going to work on my diamond painting. I've got just a few dishes to do. I want to look around each room and maybe neaten it a little bit while I chit chat with y'all. Yesterday, I'm not going to apologize for yesterday because honestly, that's where I was at yesterday. I am cyclothymic, so that means that my moods do change. And something I want y'all to consider, because maybe, I don't know, maybe there's brand new people that are coming to YouTube that have never been on here before. I remember my mother-in-law, when I first showed her how to navigate online, she was like, what? And I just pressed this? Oh my gosh, and that happens? She was like so blown away by it. Well, there's new people that come to YouTube and social media all the time. So maybe you are brand new and you're seeing my channel for the first time because it popped up on your feed out of nowhere, because that's how we roll on social media and internet anymore. One thing to remember about creators, especially like what I call real life creators, people that come on here while they're just living their lives and they talk to you while they're doing that, moods change. Here is the difference between watching somebody's live streams versus knowing somebody in real life that's never been on the computer and has no intentions of going on the computer. Okay, so there's people in my family that want absolutely nothing to do with the internet, let alone my YouTube channel or any YouTube channel for that matter. And those people have changes in mood and feelings and things that they believe and attitudes and things that they do. Here's the difference. You're watching it with me. You're staring at a screen, watching me emote, watching me experience life and things and pain and persecution and whatever, and joys, happy things too. So it may look like, oh my gosh, she was just on yesterday ranting and crying and now she's all happy. Guess what? That happens every day to people offline. They just don't come on and film when they switch moods, when things get better for them. You don't hear about it. They don't film it. There's the difference. I'm really not that different than other people, except that I actually come on and show you when my mood changes or when I feel better about stuff or I feel worse about things. And it's the same for every creator on here. Well, unless they're faking and doing it for money or views or whatever. But really, we're just human beings that are going through the paces of life and experiencing different things at different times. Yesterday, that was real. My tears were real. I was sincerely devastated. Nothing mattered to me yesterday, really, other than trying to find myself and my footing again and things going on in my life. I have experienced a lot of loss and I am sad over it, but I did what I always do when things get to be to that point of overwhelm. Well, first of all, I'm an extrovert, so I came on and talked to y'all because to me, even though I say, yes, this is a screen, I can shut it off. I know you're human beings out there. I know you're real people. I know you could hop on a plane and come and see me if you wanted to, or vice versa. And you would be a physical human being. And it might be a different experience than watching me online or whatever, because we'd be in person. But you're physical people, you're human beings. I often think about that. Like when I've worked in grocery stores and stuff, I often thought about people from YouTube if they lived in the area and I hadn't met them yet, but I saw them online and, here comes, we'll name him just a fictitious name. Here comes Jim Brown. I was just in his chat room the other day, and Jim Brown is a lot shorter in real life than he looks on a screen. That's what I mean. We're all human. We're all actual real people. But when we're on here, we might be shyer than we normally are sometimes in text. Or we might be bolder to speak what's on our mind in text. Maybe some of these people that are just out and out crass and nasty with me, if they were face to face with me, might be really shy, might be very timid. And then again, maybe they're just jerks in real life like they are on here. I don't know. It depends on the person and the situation. It depends on so much. But I was pondering all that yesterday when I made my live stream. And yeah, Some people had some things to say about it. People made other videos about me, which I anticipated would happen. Welcome to YouTube. That's what we do. We make videos about each other, especially to try to sort through our own feelings about what the person's saying and how they're behaving. And it didn't offend me. I mean, certain people that did videos about me got some things wrong, and then they got some things really right. So it didn't offend me. It didn't bother me. It's all good, whatever. You know, people can have their thoughts about me or what I believe or what I think. It's not going to upset me if they do. I'm beyond that. I'm past that point. I don't know. You know, it just is what it is. So I decided to come on today to just live my life out on YouTube, on the screen, because I can. And because, ow, not because, ow. Ow, why are you biting me, sir? Yeah, kiss mommy. Be a good boy. Here is Mavi with his bling bling collar. He's so proud of this collar. It is the weirdest thing about Maverick, okay? So he has this collar that he is like extremely proud of. He is biting me like really hard right now. When we put him to beddy by at night, we take the collar off because I don't want it super tight on his neck. I'm really concerned about that. I've never liked letting animals sleep with collars on. I know people do, but it's just not my thing. So I took his collar off. And then when you put his collar on in the morning, it's the funniest thing because his cheeks get all puffy and he starts strutting around because he's so proud of his bling bling. Aren't you, buddy? He is proud of his bling bling. Show them your bling bling. Show them. See, I got some blingy. I got a bling bling fish. Yeah. He likes his fishy collar. Maverick is just, he's my buddy now because Bobo's gone. And he has kind of taken to Bobo's place for now. But I love all my kitties. They all have a special place with me. But they're at different stages in their life. Teddy Bear is an elder cat. He's a senior cat. And he doesn't always like being super, you know, cuddly all the time. So you cannot have chocolate, sir. It is not for kitties. So anyway, they all have their place and they all have their things that they do, their cute little things they do like any animal, I think, does. And they're special for that, each one of them. Right now, I am making chocolates. I know, buddy, but you can't have chocolate, honey. You can't have it. Here, do you want this? You want some of that? Lick that out. That's yogurt. It's good. Yummy. No? He's looking at me like, what do you expect from this? Hi, Spoof. Okay, anyway. So, yes, the person that said, oh, she will be back on tomorrow, all bouncy and happy again. Yep, you're right. I am, because that's how I feel today. So that's what you're hearing today, is the bouncy side of me, the happy side of me, which I much prefer, to be honest with you. I don't like feeling depressed. It takes a lot out of you. Here, get some milk. Some almond milk is good for you. There you go. Go ahead, drink it. That's all I got, dude. That's what I got. Take it, leave it, whatever. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to give you. I have nothing else for you. Did you eat your little weenie that you were chasing around the floor, your little hot dog piece? I'll give you another one. Get out of the fridge. Here. Here. You want it? Go get it. Go get it. It's right here. No? You're not interested in the hot dog piece now? Watch out. Watch out. You're in my fridge. I don't want to pinch your tail. Okay, there. Play with your little hot dog piece. Oh my goodness. All right, so anyway, yeah, so they were right. I'm back on and I'm feeling better. And I am pretty resilient. I can take a lot of stuff, but there were things that really cut me deeply, and I'm not going to lie about that. And I said that yesterday because some stuff was just really mean that people were saying. But people are entitled to their opinion. Of course, everybody has opinions, and I would never begrudge somebody their right to express how they feel, although there are ways of expressing that are less volatile than others, I guess, or violating than others. Hi, Marley. Yeah, it's true life, and that's where I was, and that was not fake. None of it was fake. It's literally how I felt. And I don't have days like that very often, but the thought of losing my job that I really enjoy was making me really feel sad. But I felt like things were so awry that there wasn't much help I was going to be. But I talked to some people that were concerned in the situation, and we worked things out. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. And I have some good friends on here who are going to kind of help me through some things. So all's well. We're good. I'm still bothered by a few things, but I think things are starting to look up. I've started making some decisions, and other people involved have made some decisions, and I think things will be turning out a lot better in the end than I thought they would. So thank you, Marley. Anyway, I'm making candy right now because it's one of the happy things I like to do. I started a happy list yesterday. I will show it to you. Hold on a second. Where did it go? If I can find my happy list, I did start one. I don't know where I set it. Oh, I hung it. Oh. What else to do with the happy list? Then hang it up. I haven't finished writing all of it, but I did this yesterday. I started the happy list. And you see some of the things I really love. So Matthew bought me a little bit of watermelon yesterday, and y'all, watermelon is not in season, so that didn't make me very happy. That was disappointing on top of all the other disappointments. So Bible study is what the first one says. I love getting together with Amber, and I'll be doing that again tomorrow on Shabbat to have Bible study. And I like playing piano and singing and kissing and cleaning and watermelon and chocolate. And of course, my cats fit in there too somewhere. I've got to finish my list and keep adding to it as I find things that make me happy. That way, when I ever feel down, I can fall back on those things and say, oh, yeah, I like doing that. I like doing diamond painting. I like making chocolate. Just that sort of thing. Anyway, so right now, this is what we're doing. We're making chocolate. I took some chocolate chips. These are the kind of chips we get here. These are called Bake Believe chips. Those are my white chocolate. And I'm doing some milk chocolate. And these are no sugar added chips. I usually have like 2 or 3 of these little candies a day, these little hearts that I make. And I'm doing really well in my weight loss, by the way, super well. I went from 191 down to 184.1. Super happy about that. Okay, have a great day at work, Marley. So I'm just going to tip this down so you guys can kind of watch. I'm going to do kind of a mixed version of the chocolate this time, like some vanilla on the top and chocolate on top of that. Well, on the bottom of it altogether, actually. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just putting these melted. I melted them in the microwave. I started with like about, what did I start with? Like 40 seconds. And then I tried like 20 seconds after that. Just till they're melted, kind of pourry like this, where you can pour them in. And I'm just pouring them in. And then I'll put the darker chocolate on the top of them. Just make as many as I can make with this amount of chocolate because I'm not going to use any more than that. And then I put them in the freezer to harden. And Matthew and I have some nice low-carb, healthy-ish chocolate. I mean, chocolate is chocolate, y'all. It is what it is. Cacao powder, cocoa powder, however they make it. Still delicious, and I never crave chocolate because I always have some on hand, or I can always make some pretty quickly. And there's not really any cooking involved unless you consider microwaving cooking. I don't. It really doesn't take much to microwave something. There's our vanilla. I'll check my phone in a minute. There's the chocolate one on top. I actually have not done these multicolored ones yet, or multi-flavored. It'll be interesting to see how they turn out. Just dab that on in there. There's no right or wrong way to do it. Just do it, you know. I like the hearts because, heart's a symbol of love and good to start your day with some love. So this morning I had 3 eggs and a little bit of mozzarella cheese. I made some chaffles, put some sugar-free maple syrup on top of those with a handful of blueberries. I had a little bit of yogurt on top of them, which was really good. I'm trying to go for like really high protein meals. That's what I aim for in the morning. And I had a little bit of some white cheddar cheese to munch on, which was really good. So I had a good breakfast. And now I'm making the chocolates for when I want to get in that snacky mode, basically. That way you're not tempted to eat other things. Oh, yeah, and I had one of my lemon Girl Scout cookies, and I put a little bit of chocolate on top of that, melted chocolate, spread it on there. Oh, and by the way, I mixed peanut butter in with the dark chocolate. Not the white one, but just the dark one. So it's all kind of mixed together. So it's like a Reese's peanut butter cup idea. It's every bit as good as a Reese's as far as I'm concerned, except you don't have the peanut butter in the middle. Though you probably could put some peanut butter in the middle of it. I could technically do that, but these are fine. We like these just how they are. But yeah, you can make yourself peanut butter cup hearts if you want. You can do almost anything you want. That's your creation, Okay, I'm going to put the screen back up. Okay. Now, so I'm going to get these into the freezer. And then probably going to do some diamond painting maybe. Or do up these few dishes I got here. There's not very many of them. Hold on, check my message here. All right. Just found out I'm going to be working some nights at my job. So cool. I can do that. I'm honestly, the older I get, the stronger I feel like I'm getting. I'm making healthier choices with my food and my fitness, and my attitude is changing, invoking more peace in my life and just good things, because life is too darn short to be mucking it up with a bunch of garbage. I'm not a little kid anymore. I don't have time for the games, Okay. Good stuff. For those of you that don't like me licking my fingers, I'm going to wash my hands over here. It's hard not to want to lick your fingers when you got chocolate on them. There you go. There's my hearts. We got the vanilla down here on the bottom and the chocolate up on top of that. I will show you when they come out. I'm going to put them in the freezer. They don't take very long to get hard in the freezer. Firm up. So in the freezer they shall go. There we go. Oh, and I had some meatballs today too, turkey meatballs. That was my other part of my breakfast. So lots of protein. The turkey meatballs, the eggs, the which was in the chaffle. The cheese wasn't super high in protein, so I more or less consider that a fat. But some people think cheese is protein, I guess, because it comes from casein. I have some tofu here too. I'm trying to find hold on a minute. I'm trying to find a recipe for. Hello. 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 Oh. Hold on, guys. I'll be back in a minute. didn't know you were. Okay, you're probably right. Probably more of an easygoing answer for me. I'm kind of slow. That way I can take my time. Yeah, my brain. Okay. Yeah, I'm fine with it. That means we're not going to see each other very much then.
Well, we'll still see each other on the days I don't work.
I suppose. Okay.
Because you have to work until that time anyway.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Sounds good. Okay, I'll talk to you later then. Love you too. Bye. Okay. Go on out. Go play. There's no snow out there now. You can go out for a little while. You want to go out, Nine? There you go. You guys will be fine. All right, kitties are out. Well, that worked out well. So I'm switching to nights at my job. Yay! I can take my time a little bit. It's more of a chill atmosphere. That must be why people that work at night like the night, because it's just different. So I'm going to be a creature of the night, guys. Oh, cool, Spoof. I'm glad you're here. Okay, so where I was at was I'm trying to find a nice recipe for my tofu. I want to do some air-fried tofu, but I want it to taste really yummy so I can, like, munch on it, snack on it, whatever. Yeah, I have really drastically changed the way I eat, like, really drastically. I'm not saying I necessarily changed all the types of things I eat, but I've gotten to the point where I start eating as soon as I get up if I'm hungry, or maybe an hour later. And then I literally stop eating between maybe 5 and 6, and that's it. If I am still hungry, something very non-carby, like, I don't know, a few meatballs or maybe a chunk of cheese or something like that, but not carbs, not at night. And that's how I dropped that weight from 191 to 184.1. So, and I'm still going, because I'll tell you why. There's something, this is kind of embarrassing to say this, but people have talked about it openly on YouTube. There's something called chub rub. That's what they call it. When somebody's losing weight, see, I thought it was just, well, obese people, you know, they got rolls, so they get rashes underneath there and stuff. No, when you're losing weight, what they don't tell you, they being whoever talks about how you need to lose weight, is that things roll downward. Like your belly literally is like a round thing, and underneath it, you get rashes, get infections. It's not fun. I'm sorry if you're eating. I don't mean to be crass. I usually use Desitin, or I use clotrimazole. This is real life, guys. Real life. So my motivation to keep losing the weight and get down to my goal at this point is to not have to keep going back through that again. Like to finally get rid of that roll down below. I even thought about liposuction. I thought about surgery. I thought about everything, but I thought, you know, you're losing the weight. Just keep doing it. Keep doing what's working. And if it doesn't, keep tweaking it till it does work. And eventually you will be where you want to be, and you won't have to go through this pain. Because I'm telling you, those rashes, it's called tinea, a tinea rash. It's like a fungal rash that you get. It's not from not being clean, y'all. It's from sweating, something that the body naturally does. And if you have extra fat on your body and it's laying on top of skin like this, and you're walking around and you're doing your job and whatever, it's rubbing, even if it's just slightly, and it's rubbing that skin raw sometimes, and it's leaving you open to infection. So it's not worth being obese. In my opinion, it's not. If you can do something about it, do something about it. I'm not fat shaming. I'm fat encouraging. I'm thin encouraging, I guess. I don't know. But I can't anymore with this stuff because it's so painful. And you know me, I like to be active. I like to move around and do stuff. So if I got a rash and I'm uncomfortable and I'm almost in tears because it burns and hurts so bad, I'm not a happy camper at all for that. So that's what my goal, my driving goal is you don't want to have to gain that weight back and start losing it again and go through that, all that stuff rolling down and having that rash and that pain and whatever. So yeah, that's my goal or my motivator. Okay. You always have to have a why, they say, when you're doing a goal. You got to have a why. There's my why right there. I don't like pain. Hate pain. Okay, let's try look up air fried tofu for another source of protein, which is pretty good. It's 8 grams in a 3-ounce serving. So it's some protein. Crispy air fryer tofu. Crispy air fried tofu. Air fryer tofu. Lots of people have different recipes on here. And I'm just looking to see if it says like what they season it with, because that's what I'm wondering. I actually have come to like firm tofu a lot. If you do it right in your air fryer, it's so good. It's crispy and it's browned and it's sometimes a little bit crunchy. Pretty yummy. This is how theirs turned out. Look at that. Almost looks like, I don't know, almost like a potato or something, but it doesn't taste like potato. Tofu has its own taste, and I have no clue how to explain to you what that is. So I'm probably just gonna like chop it up. First, I'm gonna squeeze some of the juice out of it because you want it real dry. Let's see, what do they say to do? Press your tofu before you cook it. It takes a little bit extra time, but if you get that excess water out, it's going to cook up really firm and crisp, and that's what you want. I didn't used to eat tofu. Well, number one, I thought, it affects your thyroid and stuff, but I don't take my synthroid medicine around when I eat the tofu normally, so it's not a big deal. But this tofu has to be used by April 15th, so I figured it's a good thing to pull it out and use it now. We've had it for a little while, and it's been in its own little packet of water, which is what you keep it in, I guess. Tofu is just a soybean type of block, and some people debate whether soy is really good for you. I don't know. I didn't used to think it was. It hasn't hurt me. It hasn't caused me cancer, so I guess I'm okay so far, and I don't eat a lot of it, but once in a while, I like a good crunchy tofu thing on my salad or whatever. All right, so we're going to drain this out. And I am going to put it on this platter here so I can make sure I see that all this juice is coming out of it when I squeeze it out. So if you have never seen tofu, this is what it looks like. It's black, almost like a cheese kind of, it looks like. I got some paper towels somewhere here. Yes, I do. On this shelf. I'm just going to take a big chunk of paper towel. These are not super absorbent. Unfortunately, they're kind of the cheap ones, but it will work. Just kind of fold it over a few times and literally press down on it. I'll show you. See, tofu right here, pressing down, squeezing all that water out of it, as much as I can get out of it. And then they say to just kind of weight it down with something on top so that all of that water comes out of it. I might use another paper towel because I don't think this is going to get all the liquid out. We'll toss that one and do one more. And that should be good. And then I'll read the recipe and get that going. Then I'm going to pull out my diamond painting, I think, because I've been wanting to do that. These few dishes here are not going to matter right now. I won't be on here all day, but a little bit of time I will. Just squeeze those paper towels into it. I think we got most of the liquid out of it now. I'm not going to squeeze it real good. I don't mind a little bit of moisture still in it, but it's good to get as much as you can. There we go. Okay. Tofu block is squeezed out. Let us see what they say to do next. Season the tofu. Cut the tofu into cubes. Toss it with the oil, tamari, and sriracha. Okay, I don't have any tamari and sriracha. I have cooking spray for oil. I think I have butter, but I'm not sure. So I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to go about doing the seasoning. Give me a second. Let's see what we got in here. Anything? We do have butter. Could use a little bit of butter instead of the oil, I think. And I think I have some soy sauce, which is just as good as any other tamari or otherwise. So let's see where I put it. There's our soy sauce right here in my little popcorn kit. Here's our butter, and here's some cornstarch. So let's see. Cut the tofu into cubes. Toss it with the oil, tamari, and sriracha. Sprinkle on the cornstarch and toss again. All right, so we're going to be doing some tossing. Let me just pull this up here a minute. Let me get something to cut this with. I got my handy dandy little rainbow knife. I love this knife. You guys, I've had this knife like forever, since summertime, and I really like it. So we're going to cut it. How do I want to do this? I think I'm going to cut it sideways through like this. Cutting it right in half like two big squares. Okay, it's not going to be perfect because I already tried to slice it down the other way. And then just make little, what I call stripes. Strips, stripes, whatever. Slices. I like making them as even as possible because I'm a little OCD like that. There. Okay. We already sliced it that way, so these should be like a bunch of cubes when I'm done. Looks like it's coming okay. There. Okay. Put this up so I can read. Yeah, it's tofu. Tofu. I said tofu. Tofu. I'm going to get a bowl. I have this lacy top on today because I'm feeling like I want to be lacy. And it's getting caught on the wires here on this fencing that we have in front of the hot water tank. So I'm trying not to rip my shirt. Okay. I'm going to get the tofu put into the bowl because we're going to be tossing it. So I won't eat all this in one day, but it'll be in there in the refrigerator after I make it so that when I want to throw it on a salad or just munch on it as a snack, I can do that. There's our tofu cubes in the bowl. The butter I'm probably going to have to melt, so I'm going to stick that in the microwave. What's the matter, Mav? Mavy might want a little bit of butter to eat. That'll help make his fur shiny and also eliminate hairballs in the cat by giving them a little bit of butter to munch on. Hang on, bud. Hang on, I hear you. I know I hear you. I got something for you. You might like this. You might like this, Mavy. Here, buddy. Ooh, what do you think of that? Do you like it? No, honey, you gotta eat it. No, you can't have the whole stick. Here. Ow, don't scratch me. Oh, he gets so excited he starts swatting and then he scratches you with his long claw. Doesn't feel too good. So I am going to take this butter, maybe about a tablespoon of it, I think. I'm going to melt it into the microwave. In the microwave, not into the microwave. That sounded weird. I'm going to melt it in the microwave. Just about that much. In case you're following, you want to learn how to do it. I'm sure it's not a big deal and you could learn. Okay. 20. Michi is in here drinking the almond milk that I put in the bowl. She likes it anyway. Good. I'm not wasting almond milk. That makes me happy. All right. We got our soy sauce here ready to roll. And our cornstarch. Put on it next. There's our butter. Toss that in there. Because we don't have any oil, so I'm using butter today. But normally you would toss it with like olive oil or avocado oil, something like that. That reminds me, I need to make that an item on my checklist of what we need to buy at the grocery store next time we are out and about. I could technically also use coconut oil, but I don't want my tofu tasting like coconut. I had enough coconut when I tasted these nasty things. Where are they? Where'd they go? Hold on, I gotta show you guys something to never buy. Stand by and I will tell you what they are as soon as I can find them. Where did they go? All right, well, I'm not seeing them anywhere. Maybe somebody threw them out finally. Oh, no, here they are. These things. Yuck. Do not, if you love marshmallows, do not get these. I don't care if you're keto, low carb, high protein, what, but nasty, nasty. I will show you what they look like. They're called Max Mellow. Max Taste Zero Guilt. This is what they look like a marshmallow kind of, but square. They're spongy like a marshmallow. They taste nasty. I'm just saying. They're sugar-free. They have erythritol in them. They have monk fruit in them. They have cow in them. I think is bovine cow. I think a bovine is a cow. So like cow fat, basically. That's where you get your collagen protein from. And MCT oil and burnt caramel flavor and coconut. Ugh, just nasty, nasty, nasty. Gross. Yuck. Don't do it to yourself. So yes, I will be contacting that company today and complaining about those nasty things. That is like one of the worst things I've ever tasted. So we're just kind of stirring up your tofu with the butter, the oil, whatever you decided to use or have to use. Good. Next, we're going to put some of the soy sauce in there. Just sprinkling. It depends how you like it flavored. Does this even have... This doesn't have MSG in it, so that's good because I'm like really allergic. There is anchovies in that, which is just the thought of that. I didn't even know that. I wouldn't have bought it, but yeah, I think so, Spoof, because that stuff is nasty. You cannot duplicate a marshmallow if that's how you're going to make it. Ugh, gross. What's up, Mav? Where are you, bud? Oh, you're up there? Why are you on the microwave? What are you doing? See Mavy up there on the microwave right there. He's so lost without his brother. I feel awful. I'm going to put a little more soy sauce because I like lots of flavor. Okay. There we go. Get that in there. And what else did they say? Oh, the cornstarch. So you're going to toss with all that. Sprinkle on the cornstarch and toss again. There's our cornstarch. I actually never made it with cornstarch, so. Ow, man, that's my leg and it hurts. When you grab it like that. Grabbing me right through the pants. Okay. Tossing that. Got that all done. Then it says, then cook. Arrange the tofu cubes in a single layer in the air fryer basket. Leave a little space. Don't crowd them. 400 degrees on the air fryer for 11 to 15 minutes and toss halfway through so that it cooks evenly. Hi, buddy. I can't have you up here when I'm cooking, dude. You know that. I'm going to have to get down. Ouch. All right, let's spray our little air fryer pan. Get it sprayed good. I'm going to make sure we put the tofu apart from each other. So a little bit of space in between so they cook evenly. That's what you want. 411 to 15 minutes. Get these all done. Too bad I don't have any of that speed cooking thing. Like you can speed up the camera and show how it turns out later. I can show you the chocolate though in a moment, because that will definitely be hardened into chocolate by now in that freezer. So I will do that in a moment. Okay. I'm taking them in my fingers now because I'm tired of waiting to unstick them from the spatula. It's too much work. Trying to keep them good and separated as much as I can. I'm going to put our air fryer on 400. I'm going to bring the computer up too because I don't want to tip it. See, I got them kind of spaced out. Pop them in the air fryer. 400, and I'm going to put them in for 8 minutes. No, 7 minutes, and I'll check them, and then I'll do them again. So set this for 7. Hit that. Make sure it's at 400, and there we go. And then after that, when it hits 7, I will stir them around lightly, and I will make them go for another 7 minutes. And you just keep doing that with the batches of them. Now, let me show you the chocolate. First, let us put our things away that we use. We don't want a messy cupboard. That's why we have the handy-dandy popcorn kit thing over here, where the soy sauce goes back in. The cornstarch back where it belongs over here. The butter goes back in the fridge, and I will be right back with the chocolate in hand to show you how it turned out. And here it is. Here's our chocolates that we started out with. You saw me making them. I will pop one out and let you see what it turned out like with the multicolors, which is pretty cool because I've never done that before. And there it is. There it is. Perfect. When I make these, I don't go to the store and buy candy bars anymore. I make my own candy. That way I know exactly what's going in it. I know that it's low in sugar. It doesn't have a bunch of partially hydrogenated glop in it. A bunch of additives, preservatives, nasty ingredients. I haven't had a candy bar in forever, literally, because I just make my own. Now that I know how to melt chocolate and put it in a mold, why bother buying stuff that leads to cancer and health problems? It's not worth it. Okay. Anyway. And these chocolates, because they're like really chocolatey and peanut buttery, they're like super rich tasting. So usually I have to get some water to drink with them, which I'm going to do right now, or some milk. It's my sneaky way of making myself automatically drink more water. If I pop 3 of these, one right after the other in my mouth and munch on them for a snack, I'm craving water. So I just automatically drink it without even thinking. So I'll have that whole bottle gone probably by the time I finish this or soon after. I like me some chocolate though. Yum. Especially homemade. Okay, this is saying I have... It's saying to shake it, so I'm going to shake it a little bit. Put it back on for another 4 minutes for the cycle. Put it back up to 400. Bring it back down to 4 because it resets itself every time, which is a pain, but it does. There you go. Ice cold water out of the fridge, definitely. Sometimes I'll put it in the freezer if I want it really icy. Okay, I'm going to set this tofu over yonder. I'm going to wipe off my cupboard, and then I'm going to bring out my diamond painting. I don't have much left to do on it, and I really would like to get it done. Because I'm pretty sure my other one is on its way to me. Maybe even today. I don't know for sure, but maybe. Okay. Let me get this wiped off. Yeah, I've made some tofu French toast that was really good one time. I didn't think it would be, but it was actually really good. You make it the same way you make bread, but you just use the tofu sliced like bread instead of the bread. And it comes out really nice. There. We are done wiping. Get a paper towel and dry it off because I don't want my screen work to stick to it. And then I will get out my painting and we can chit chat while I paint. Well, not paint, but press. Those of you that have not seen the diamond painting, here it is. Unfortunately, it got cocoa powder on the back of it. Kara won't care. She'll just be happy that it's turtles. Did I leave something here? No. It's the air fryer. Okay, these are cooking up nice. They're like sizzling. Can you see that? Now I am going to kind of move them around a little bit. Still kind of keeping them away from each other. And I will put them on for another 7 minutes, and that should do it for this particular batch of these little babies. Look at that. It went right back and started cooking them again. All right. Well, maybe sometimes it does do that. Maybe it's something I'm doing, why it doesn't go right back to where it left off. Sometimes it does and sometimes it doesn't. All right. So, time to pull out the remainder of these beads. I'm going to get myself some light because I can't see what I'm doing over here. It's too dim. You have to have really good eyesight to do these diamond paintings, I'll tell you, because those spaces are so little. I imagine they make some with like bigger spaces, but I have never seen any. Okay, there we go. We are going to look and see what still needs to be done because there is not much, really. 5 and 500 for that one. Nope, that's not even the right one. 16823. We got some darker beads here going on. These look like these might be the ones, so we will do those. Still don't have any more of the wax to get it to stick, so back to the candle I shall go. Because at least that does stick. It's not the best form of sticking, but it will stick. Thanks, Spoof. Yeah, it's turning out pretty nice. I'm just glad it's almost done, and I can start on the next one. Some of these I'm just going to press in with my fingers if they work that way. Anything to get them put in where they belong. Slide that one into place, slide that one over. Oh, I got one over here I got to stick into place. There. We got one or two more on here of this color. And then I got some of this color on the other side. This is like no, it's some part of the sea that's that color. I don't know what color or what kind, but I'm just going to put this in here even though it probably doesn't actually go there. Get in there. Doesn't want to go in there. Okay. And then, like I said, I'm going to take a needle from my sewing kit or a piece of wire or something and dig all these little crumbs out of here that fell in at some point. I don't know when or how, but I don't want them as part of the picture, of course. Oh, let's see. Some more over here. Push that in there. I had a few more on the side that I didn't know about, so just work my way through all of them. Yeah, the next one that I do, I'm not going to be able to show you till it's like done because I mean, I can show you a little bit while I'm working on it, but it's kind of a surprise at the end what it's going to be because it's a gift for my husband, so he doesn't know what it is either. It's just something different I decided to try. It'll be nice if it turns out as well as good as the picture looked of how you do them, so. Okay. Uh-oh, that's the wrong one. Hold on. Got to get a darker drill bead here. Push that one in there. Okay, those are done. And now we're going to move on over to the other side. This one was missing one of the blue beads, and I don't think I have it in this packet, so I'm going to have to wait on that. Oh, and my computer's about ready to shut down, so hold on. Just a second. Hung my lace up on this stupid thing. Be right back. Okay. Just have to plug this thing in here so I can not lose the computer here. Plug that in there. Okay, we're good. It's got 1 second on it still. Or 1 minute, I don't know, whichever. Now I am going to move on over to the other side and get these all done. They're the same color as the ones I was doing over there. But they somehow did not get filled in when I did all these. So I'll come back over and finish up here, the top part. Okay. Whoops. Pick that up. Put it here. Yeah, the wax honestly makes all the difference. When you run out of that wax, you have a heck of a time doing this because you have to do everything with your hand. These things are not exactly easy to pick up and move around without making a mess of things. But this is almost done. I got a couple more, I think, here. And then I'm going to check the whole picture to see if there's any more of these particular types of drill beads that need to be put down. Okay. Boom. Now let's look and see if there's any I'm missing. I don't think so. I think I got everything. Yep. That is all of those teal colored ones that there are. Oh, and now there's some over here. I hate when that happens. I think I'm all done, and then bam, there they are, down below. I did not see these little sneaky ones over here. Well, we'll just pop them into place, and we'll be done with that color completely, hopefully, if more don't appear in the meantime. Oh, I just saw another sneaky one up here that I didn't even notice in all the time that I've been doing this. Go figure. Let's see. I think that's it on those. Okay. All right, we're done with that. Now, what's the next ones we did not finish? We got some K's and some F's up in the top. So our K's are 9 and 562, and they're like a green. That's the one I always have trouble finding. It's like a green, but it's also a teal, if that even makes sense. How it can be both, I don't know. Don't ask. Okay, I think my tofu's done. Yeah. That looks good. Looks crispy. That's what they look like when they're done. Let's taste it. Not terrible. It needs more flavor. So I think I'm going to throw it in a little bit longer because that's not toasted as much as I would like it. Let them cook more. I like mine almost crunchy. I like to do garbanzo beans in the air fryer too. Does he? That's good. I'm glad you have a friend in Vodka Man. Think you'll ever meet him, Spoke? Like actually in person? That'd be cool if you could meet a person that you watched all those years, you know? But be careful, you know, be safe doing it if you do decide to do that one day. Is Vodka Man married or is he a single guy? I don't know much about him. Other than I guess he likes his vodka. Maybe that's why he's named Vodka Man. Yeah, I have a feeling some of these drill things got lost along the way. Goodness, Ted. A little itchy today, huh? All right, so I'm just going to take the blue ones and put them up here with the other ones because I think that's what I thought that K was anyway originally. So it's going to be. Any other K's I need to do here? I don't see any other K's. Oh, there's a K way over there, if that's a K. I'm going to assume it is because it looks like it might be. Just flip that on over. Okay, perfect. All right, the K's are done. Now, F. We don't have a lot of F's to do still, but we have a couple of them. Those are P's. Oh, there's another K. It just snuck in my vision. Oh, okay. Oh, he's married. Oh, okay, cool. And you're helping him quit drinking? Good for you. Yeah, it's rough being married to somebody that drinks, like if they're an alcoholic anyway. That's one thing everybody doesn't know about my life on YouTube is that my second ex-husband also liked to get drunk. Yeah, I don't like alcoholism at all or addiction of any kind. So, ooh, there's another K. Why are these things just sneaking in? I think I have them all done, and then bam, one appears. I'll be glad when I'm done with this little pain in my booty. Okay, we got some A's and F's down here. No more K's that I know of. Nope. Let's find the F's next. F is like a dark gray. I think these are light gray, I'm not sure. And I'm going for a dark gray. So if there is any other gray in here that's darker, that's the one I want. No, I only see this one, so there's kind of... I guess we'll use these. That's fine. It's just for the F anyway, and I don't think I have many. No, this is more gray like the F. Okay, we'll do this one. These are more like a lighter gray. I don't know if they're the right ones or not. Yeah, these are 11647. These are the ones I needed. So I got the very one that I needed. Good. Just punch that down there. Once you see me doing it again. So you guys, if you're watching this later on and it gets boring, just forward through. That's what I do when people are boring in their chat rooms, their live streams. I just forward right on through. I don't sit there and try to watch it. Okay. Let's get to the good parts that you want to see, you know. It's the wonder of the internet, the forward button. Good for everybody's use at times. Okay, I think we're done with F's completely. Next thing I need is I need some U's. U's. And those are like a light gray. Don't even know if I can find those. I don't remember even seeing light gray in here. Let's see what number that is. 13677. I'm going to try to be a lot more careful next painting that I do, next diamond painting I do. Keep all the little beads in a container or something, so I don't have this mess at the end. 17. I'm not seeing any light grays. So I'll just have to pick up these ones that kind of look like it and hope they are the right ones. Yeah, there we go. That is the one that I was using. Perfect. Now I know which ones those are. They're kind of like almost a pinkish more than a gray. It's the center of this sea flower or whatever this thing is. I really know what it is. Okay. Check my air fried tofu here thing. Yeah, that's a little better. That's more crispy like I like it. I'm going to go with that. Just scrape these out of here and put in the rest of them. I'll put in some more of them. These will be good in a salad or something. They're nice and crunchy. You can hear them hitting the bowl. That's not popcorn in the background. That is my fried tofu. Air fried tofu. Come on, get off the pan. It's really fried on there. It's hard to get off. Might pluck it off with a fork or something here. They're almost like croutons. Hard like that, firm. I wonder where Mavi went. Oh, he's up on top of the refrigerator preening himself. Okay. Let's just throw the rest of these, well, maybe half of them in here. Get them going. Put as many in here as I can if I can keep them separate for the most part. I'm going to just stick these in again at 400. I'm going to do 14. Those cook. This is our tofu, y'all. That's what it turns out looking like. Oh, that's better. Yeah, you want it crunchy. But tofu is one of those things that it's an acquired taste. It's not something everybody likes. And tofu tends to take on the flavor of whatever it's with. So don't be surprised if you don't like it just plain by itself. It just doesn't have much flavor. I need to find more of these little light colored beads here. I keep picking up the wrong ones and I'm doing them too dark. And then I have to pull them out, start over, and it's a pain. By the way, a few people came to me recently and told me in emails that they really didn't care for my reading videos, like where I read the books and stuff. So I probably won't be doing those anymore. It was more just to kind of encourage myself to get some reading done because I get lazy and then I don't read and I get too hooked on just letting the internet entertain me. And I don't ever want to lose the joy of reading because I just think it's important to read. But yeah, I was told that it just really didn't trip their trigger when I would read books. So not something I'm going to be doing on a regular basis. No worries. Just sometimes try different experiments. You know, I don't know what what everybody wants to see or what is interesting to people because everybody's different. So try and epic fail and you're done with reading. Get it. I got it. So just find other things people like about live streams. In this section, mostly drama. Mostly he said, she said. That's kind of what flies in this direction. And I don't get into all that nonsense most of the time. It's hard because I like too many people that other people don't like. So I wouldn't be able to be unbiased in my decisions of who to talk to. So that kind of messes up things a bit, if you know what I mean. Okay. So I need to make a couple phone calls when I'm done with these live streams. I need to call and find out if I can get a hold of my clogging teacher to see if she'll make that shoe exchange with me. And call and get in with an evaluator to get a new therapist since my therapist quit on me for no good reason. And I am thinking of calling the place and complaining about how all that went down and that it was not my fault. And I should not have lost my therapist over it. Gone are the good old days when you keep the same therapist forever, you know. My first therapist, she was such a sweetheart. She actually came to mine and Matthew's wedding. And she was great. She would sit and talk to both of us, actually, not just me. But she ended up getting into a different type of thing at the same building, but not therapy anymore. I don't know exactly what she does. I think she just does the intake evaluations or something. You know, where they tell you what kind of therapist you need, or do you need to see a psychiatrist to get on meds or something like that. I think she's the one that evaluates all that. Who knows? Maybe she'll evaluate me. I don't know. And I'll see her again. But she doesn't do the therapy actually anymore. So that was out. I couldn't keep her as a therapist. And so now I have to start over from scratch and find out who the next one will be. And I'll do that today after I lodge my complaint about how I was treated by the current people. Anyway, let's see. What else we got? I'm going to get up real close to this whole little screen where all the little things go. Make sure. See what else I need to do here. So we got some P's, some S's, a Y or two. We've got a bunch of S's. Let's do some S's. 6 and 518 is the S. You guys can talk. You don't have to be strangers. It's okay. I don't bite, I promise. Yeah, this definitely would have worked better if I would have kept track of my beads, my drills. Now I just got a whole bunch sitting in the bottom of my envelope, not knowing where anything goes. Somewhere along the line, I was supposed to have green ones, dark green ones, and I don't think I even got those in the kit. because I haven't seen any green ones at all. Okay. I think after this batch of tofu, meaning this block that I'm doing, I think I'm done with tofu for a while. I'm just not feeling it anymore as far as something I really want to be eating very much. So this will be all she wrote for a while, maybe forever, I don't know. It's just not, I don't know, you got to be in the mood for it, I guess, to eat tofu. All right, let's see what S's we're doing here. I think these are just the kind of light blue, almost periwinkle colored ones. Get those done. Of course, they go right where the sticky stuff is all wearing off. All that glue. Trying to make sure I'm looking at my phone in case anything's going on there that I need to know about. I hope I like working nights a lot better than day. Time will tell. I know, like, some of the people that work at night, I think, at least a couple of them. And it'll be more laid back and relaxed atmosphere, so. Except I have to clean up if I work at night, which that's never fun, but do what you got to do, right? It's part of the job. Make a mess, you got to clean it, no matter where you work, really. Okay, there. Oh, we're almost done, almost done, almost done. I keep telling myself that because I keep seeing more spots I didn't fill in, and then I think I'm done, and I'm like, oh man, got all those to go. Boom. Okay, S's are done. Moving right along down here, some more S's. Can't tell if it's a P or an S. That's an S. That's an S. Okay. I need magnifying glasses or something to do this. So tiny, tiny, tiny little spots. Got a bunch of S's down here. I need to have one of those special cameras they have like for TV people. They can just like pan the camera down to where the person's working on stuff and show you what they're doing. Don't have to keep tilting the screen up and down. Kind of nice. Okay. I think we're almost done with S's. Over here anyway. Get a nice glorious glimpse of me without glasses on. It's because I can't see. It's too, everything's up too close to my eyes. I mean, too far from my eyes. Not close, far. So I have to bring my head right down there on top of everything to see it. It's just too far away, too tiny. Okay. S's. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I think there's just 18 more S's to go, and I'm done with the S letter. Yay. I don't know. Those still don't look done to me. I'll just keep those on. "14 lovely people. How are you all doing today? I don't mean to be boring, but working on crafts is kind of boring when you're not the one doing it. So, just how it is. If you do turn the channel or leave the chat, I will not be offended, I promise. Because I don't know if I would sit here and listen to me ramble on and on about stuff. But hey, every man for himself, you know? I don't know. I guess if I was bedridden and I was like coasting through channels and there was somebody, like a personality that I liked or something, I might stick around. But I get bored too easily. My ADD brain kicks in and then it's like, okay, enough of this. Let's go do something else. I get like that when I'm playing piano. I'll play a couple songs and I'll be really into it and then it'll just be like, not feeling it anymore. Let's go do something else. Let's see what else we got here. Another S. Any more up here so I don't have to go back and do them again? Nope, we got some down here though. I am so glad this is almost done. I said that the last 100 times, didn't I? Like I said, I just got to keep telling myself I'm almost done. I'm almost done. Kind of like going to the dentist. We're almost done. We're almost done. Sorry, can't give you any more Novocaine. You've had the most you can have. We're almost done. Just hang in there. Breathe through your nose. Can't tell you how many times I've heard that at the dentist. Scary stuff. When you realize that whatever pain you're feeling, you're going to have to just get through it. Breathe through your nose and hope it ends quickly. Yeah, not a fun situation. That is for sure. Sure somebody out there can relate to that. Any other dentist despisers out there? Not that I despise the person, but the whole idea of it, definitely. Do not like the dentist. Actually ran out of one when I was a child. That was a scary situation. Well, the guy had had a stroke. He shouldn't have been a dentist anymore. He should not have been working as a dentist. His hands would come at you all shaky. And I was just a little kid. Not little. I was probably like, I don't know, 10 or 12. Maybe I was older than that. I don't know. But his hands would become shaking at me. And I would ask them, do I have to have anything pulled? And they'd say, well, yes, you need an extraction. And I knew what extraction meant, so I extracted myself from the dental chair and ran down the street. Turned out one of my classmates lived on that street. So he's like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "No." And I was sobbing and crying. And he's like, "What happened?" I said, "My dentist is down there and he wants to pull my tooth. And I'm scared." And I was crying. I remember just sobbing and sobbing. What must that classmate have thought? Like, okay, just go and get it done. Yeah. You don't know me if you think I'm somebody that doesn't put up a fight when something harmful or something that's going to hurt me is going to be done to me. I'm going to fight it tooth and nail. You're going to have a wild animal on your hands because you're not bringing that drill near my face. You're not bringing that needle near my head. It's not going to happen. So, needless to say, that dentist did not agree to work on me and continue whatever it was he was about to do. So, in fact, he dismissed all of my family. He said he wasn't seeing any of us anymore, which was the best thing that ever happened because my mom would have lost all her teeth had we not transferred to the new dentist, who caught a whole bunch of things that the other dentist did not. So I was kind of almost looked on as a hero for getting up and running out of the dental chair. I saved everybody's teeth in the family who would have lost them to cavities and everything else that other dentist just was not catching because he shouldn't have really been practicing. He had strokes and he was a mess. So even though, it was a bit of an inconvenience to have to try to find another dentist, we found the best dentist in the world. And my foster mom and her family ended up years later going to the same dentist with great results. So all is well that ends well. But yeah, I'm not a huge fan of dentists. And I also was trained as a dental assistant. And by the way, those of you that like to dox people and like to try to prove that they're lying, you can feel free to go look up Harkness Center. And you can see who worked there, or not worked there, but trained there, because that's where I was trained at the BOCES program, Harkness Center, as a dental assistant back when I was like 15, 16 years old. Yeah. Went through that as an elective program. I got the certificate. I did not get certified. Story of my life, right? Got the psychology degree, but didn't get licensed. Got the certificate, but didn't get certified. Yep. Welcome to my world. Always fall just a little bit short of the whole ideal process of whatever's going on. But it is what it is. Whatever. Okay. So those of you that are bored with the beginning part of this, just bored through all the gobbledygook where I'm just kind of talking to myself, rambling about the beads, and go to the dentist story. That was the best part. Skip over all the other stuff. You have my permission, not that you need it. You have my suggestion, actually. Because I would have been bored during that part. I would have just forwarded on to the good stuff. Come on, Laura, say something interesting. That's what I'd have been screaming out anyway. Okay. I just saw a K. There it is. It's right in that area where there's no glue to stick it on there. Lovely. All right. Let's turn this off. I'm going to go shut the door since all the cats are in here. Maverick is sleeping up on the fridge. Bobo's sleeping on the arm or the back of the chair. I think Neo is on my bed sleeping. All the kitties are sleeping now. They've all been fed. They're all happy. Everybody's at peace. And all is well with my world. Okay. Now comes the hard part. Well, actually not yet. I have some C's I need to do now. And the C is like a light teal greenish color. So we're going to find that one. Kind of thinking it's this, but not sure. let's see. 2437. Oh, no, it's these. It's the blue, light blue color. So let's get the C's done next. Your background noise. Oh, you're multitasking over there, Spoof, huh? Vodka man on one ear and me in front of you. Go Spoofer. Get her done there, girl. Okay. Now, let's start doing the C's. Maybe if it doesn't pop out of my hand and disappear like it just did. Okay. Get the C put in there. From C to shining C. Okay. Another C. I'm getting tired. I might go take a nap after this. Seriously. Maybe if I'm working at night, I'm going to want to take a nap in the daytime. Get a little bit of shut-eye before I go into work. They'll definitely be different working at night. I don't think I've ever done that before. Then I'll have to, I'm going to have to let them know I need May 2nd off because that's Carol's day to take me to my surprise outing. I don't know what it's going to be. She won't tell me. And she said that I am not to look up any information on the internet to figure out what it is. So I shall not do that. Because last time she tried to surprise me, I already knew where we were going. She was pretty bummed out because she really wanted it to be a surprise. So she's like, don't you dare go looking anything up, Mom. Don't you sneak any peeks at anything. Don't you go on the internet and look anything up. Don't ask around and, don't snoop. So I'm doing my best to be good and not do that so I can be surprised for Mother's Day. It's pretty cool she's doing something for me for Mother's Day. I'm happy about that. I'm hoping she drags her sisters along, at least a couple of them. Well, there are only a couple of them besides her, actually. But I think it's just her and Ray, my son-in-law. That's fine, too. It's all good. And I got pop-ups coming up here like crazy. Got another sneaky S that I didn't see earlier. Of course. That one filled in. I'm sure some of these colors aren't exactly right, but it doesn't really matter. Carol's not going to care. She's just going to care that they look like turtles. Now we got an A again to do, and that's more like a grayish, tannish color. 223045. Yeah, so much easier before they all got thrown to the bottom of the container here. The envelope. Where are my other A's? Maybe that was it. There's a sneaky one right there. Spoof, sometimes I think I'm just on here for you, to be honest. I really do. But I appreciate you being here. I'm glad for your attention and interest, or even partial interest. It's not exactly something I would glue myself to, listening to me ramble on about beads and turtles. But it does help me stay focused and get this thing done so I can be done with it and move on to something different and hopefully a lot more enjoyable because I'm going to be a lot more organized with the drills. than I was this time around. But not bad for a first time. I mean, I've never done this before in my life, and I figured it out with the help of videos and just kind of, well, doing it, figuring it out as I go. So it's not too bad. Okay, what's next? Any more letters? I want to get all the letters done first. So we got some V's. That's another gray, and that's going to be 12, 648. I don't know, y'all. Twelve, 648. It's a gray. I'm going to find some grays and start sticking them on if I can. Oh, here's 11, 647. That's close. Oh, well. I think I'll just do these because I can. Because I can't find the other ones. I'm not going to fuss over it. Let's get them filled in here. V, I just found another C, believe it or not. We started with C's, like way back in the beginning. Oh, well. That's what happens. There's another V. I think most of these are V's that I still need to fill in. V. And another V. Basically finishing up the turtle body. Saw another sneaky K in there. I think that's all the V's I got to do. I see another S that I missed before too. Oh, this is so maddening. 10, 597. There's that green looking thing again that I just throw whatever in there. Hey, Memphis Mommy Mars. Maybe you can drum up some conversation. I'm kind of boring today. After the chocolate was made and the tofu, it was all over after that. I just got boring. Even I'm bored with myself today. I'll be perfectly honest. You know, if you don't have a topic to talk about, it is kind of boring. I don't know, I'm just not feeling like I'm in entertaining mode today or something. Just kind of coasting along doing what I do, you know. And hoping for a little bit of company, which Spoofer has been wonderful company today. But other than that, nothing too exciting going on. Oh, Mommy Mars, I'm switching my job to working at night, apparently. Nighttime, part-time hours. That way I can help make sure the place is clean and people aren't complaining the next day about night crew not doing their job, because you know me, I'm a clean freak when it comes to dirt, like actual dirt. I'm cluttery. Yes, I admit that. My house is very cluttered. My house is not dirty. Like a lot of people are like, why is your house so dirty? It's really not. If you came here, you wouldn't see like gum stuck to the floor and food everywhere. You would see things cluttered. You'd see things not in their place, because I'm not always meticulous about that, although I'm doing better with it sometimes. When I get into a mode, though, where I'm just not really sure why I'm on the planet, like I was yesterday, I just don't feel like doing anything because I just don't care at that moment, you know. But then I might wake up the next day and care. And I realize I have a purpose and there's things to do, and I didn't die, so it's time to get up and actually live. What are you going to do? What's the alternative? Staying in bed? Anyway, I mean, that would be the alternative, just giving up and staying in bed and saying, heck with the day. I don't need to live right now. Let the day pass by and I'll just sleep it away. Nah, too boring for me. I don't stay down very long. I can't because I'm too bored. Okay, 413 is the next one we're looking for. Yeah, I am definitely going to buy myself a little bead box so that I don't lose the beads on the next drill painting thing. Diamond painting, whatever. Because this is just crazy trying to find everything in the end. Ugh. Did have a nice little talk with Amber this morning. We went over a few scriptures together and talked about godly counsel and who you hang out with and who advises you in life and stuff. How you should be not seeking the counsel of the ungodly. Because a lot of people are going to give you advice. That doesn't mean it's all godly counsel. You want to be careful that you're not getting advised in the wrong direction or the wrong way. We also talked about how people that claim, not really people that claim, but people that are leaders, like she's a youth leader, are held to a higher standard, a higher accountability. So you can't just do whatever you want in front of people when you're trying to set a godly example. And really, if you claim to be a Christian or a Bible follower, you are obligated to set that example. You don't really have a choice. Because the fact is, when you accepted Jesus or Yeshua or whatever you call him as your Savior and your Lord, you gave him lordship, leadership over your life. You don't get to do what you want. You get to do what the Bible says you're supposed to do. That's how that works, at least if you take the Bible as a literal guidebook and rule book, so to speak. That means your life should look different. You don't hang out with people that are doing things that are blatantly anti-God, anti-Bible, anti-Christian, whatever. In fact, it would grieve you to do so because you want to honor the person that gave their life for you, your Savior. So we talked about that a little bit and talked about some other things that she's experiencing, like the group that she was part of is starting to come to an end because she's too old for it. It was more of a youth group, and she's not a youth anymore. It's going to be 23. No, I have not yet. And thank you for the reminder, because that is on my to-do list today, to watch those videos that you sent me. So I will definitely check them out. Let's see, 18, 9:30. I don't know what that is. It's another type of dark bead. Yeah, I need to do that today for sure. It might give me some ideas to help minimalize more of my stuff, which I definitely need to do. Yeah, you guys, if you like organizing videos and stuff like that and minimalizing, Mommy Mars has some great ideas of video channels that she goes to that are pretty cool. A lot of stuff going on yesterday. It was a very full day. And thankfully, because of taking a moment, stepping aside, regrouping and such, I was able to solve my job problem and switch to nights. And I'm going to give that a shot and see if maybe that makes things easier on me, less stressful, and everybody involved happier, because it's just sometimes you have to make some changes, and I definitely had to do that. We'll just see how it works out. I will be letting you know one way or the other, I'm sure. Come on, I need a dark one. I need a dark bead here. Or whatever, drill. Okay. Put that one in there. Coming to an end here soon. Excuse me, hiccups. Then I'll have to get some glue and glue some of these corner ones down, because they're absolutely not going to stay. There's no sticky stuff to hold them on anymore. No more adhesive. Oh, I know. I'm so glad. It took a lot of talking on my end with the people that matter, that could do anything about things. And I think we've come to a satisfactory solution for all of us. It's going to be different working nights, because I don't usually do that, but it's not going to be like all night or late into the night either, till about 8 o'clock. I think I can handle that. I will handle it, because it's a change made for the betterment of the whole situation. And I'm all about being a team player and working things out for everybody's best interest. So I think it'll be okay. Just will be something different and something new. And I'll be able to take a nap in the daytime if I need to prepare for my night shift and for my, more like a second shift, I think. It's not a third shift. I won't be working like through the night. I can't do all that. I have to sleep at night. And it's not going to be every day either. So, yeah, I think it'll be okay. I think it'll work out. I'll probably make some new friends other than the ones I had in the daytime. And actually, some of the daytime ones might switch to the night shift as well. So that might work too. We shall see. All right, this is coming along. Coming right along. Still a lot more to go, but they're just in random spots, and that's what's frustrating about it. Okay, I see another Y. Keep hearing noises. It's weird. 8 people left. Yes, I already bored everybody out of the room. I get it. Sorry, guys. Some days I'm going to be all fun and games, and other days I'm just going to be kind of blah. Hopefully, more of the days will be the fun and games type. You know, there used to be an amusement park by me back in Buffalo, New York, where I grew up, called Fun and Games Park. That was a riot. It was just a little park, though. It wasn't like, I don't know, it wasn't like Disney World or anything like that. They just would come and set up a few of the rides, and that's what they called it, Fun and Games Park. And if I saw that as a kid, oh my gosh, my eyes would light up and I'd want to go on the rides, and I'd be too scared to go on most of them, other than the little kiddie rides. Yeah, I'm not a carnival connoisseur, if you will. I really don't like a lot of rides. I get too scared. I remember one called the swinging cages. It would like rock back and forth, and then you'd have like another person on the other side, and you'd like push, like you're swinging, you know, but you'd be like push the cage like this, and the other person would be on the other side pushing their cage like this, and it would swing back and forth like this. And if you swung it high enough, it would go up and over the bar. Yeah, I never did that. That probably would have freaked me out if anybody took anything up and over a bar with me standing there. I'd have been sitting on the floor screaming. I also don't like glass elevators that go like way up high to the top of a restaurant or whatever. You can keep that. I don't like the feeling of being high, and I don't like the feeling like up. I don't like the feeling of falling either. So, not for me. Not fun for me. So yeah, you guys can enjoy your little carnival excursions. I will be the party pooper that stays behind and keeps her feet on the ground. Okay, what else? What else? What else? So, is that an F? Ew. Oh my gosh. Wow, Mommy Mars. How did that happen? Did he like run into a sharp thing or something in the boat? What kind of boat was that? I know about the story of the little boy going down the water slide that happened to. And then I've always told my story about James Hackamer, which is real. And he was a friend, used to go to church with his family and him. And he went to Desert Storm, lost both his legs, survived that, came back, went to a place called Darien Lake, went on the, I believe it was a Superman ride. And because he didn't have legs, the safety harness did not buckle him in tight enough. And when it was coming around a curve, he flew right out and died right in front of his kids. So yeah, that happens for sure. Very sad story, sad situation. To survive, you know, battle and come home and then die on a ride. Oh, the anchor swung at him. Oh, my Lord. Ugh. That's terrible. Ugh. Yeah, rides are not always safe. I think we used to think we were invincible when we could get on a ride, but they're not always safe. Not everybody inspects rides the same either, so. Ooh, there's the one I'm looking for. 8554. That's my R. Yeah, I had my own mishap on the water slide. I've told about how it was a kind of like the way it was made. It was at Darien Lake also. There was like a hill that had like little redwood chips on it. Not sawdust, but the little chips of redwood. And the slide was built like down into it. So it was very nice looking, kind of like cabiny feel type thing to it. And I had never been on a water slide in my life. I had always wanted to go on one. I'd seen them, but that was my time to shine. I was like, oh, I get to go to Darien Lake, going on the water slides. I was so excited. And this particular water slide, you rode down in an inner tube, like a big round kind of a donut type thing, a black donut thing. And when I was, my brother had already gone up and gone down. He didn't wait for me, little dipstick. He was supposed to wait for me, but he didn't. And I was his older sister, but I always acted like the younger one. I act way younger than my age sometimes. I know this, but it's probably because I was born with lack of oxygen, brain damage type stuff. So I was slow all my life. So yeah, even though I didn't register as having a brain deficit when I was tested, I still lacked oxygen as a baby. So tell me that that does not possibly cause some form of brain issue, slowness or something. Anyway, I struggled throughout school because I was always very slow and I was always the smallest one in my class. My birthday was in August and I believe registration came in September. My mom wanted to keep me out a year, which she should have done, but she didn't. They wouldn't let her in the Catholic school. So she sent me to kindergarten at 4 years old instead of 5 years old. And I struggled every year of school up until high school, where I still kind of struggled, but not as bad. So anyway, I know I'm diverting from my story. My brother had already gone down on the slide and he was already at the bottom, probably calling up to me and yelling, going, come on down. What are you waiting for? Because that was Matthew. That's my brother's name, by the way. And I'm like, I'm scared. It's probably crying because that's what I would do if I got scared back then. Stand there and cry and not move and be like, you know, the fight, flight, or freeze. Yeah, I'd be standing there freezing in more ways than one, not budging, not wanting to move, and just absolutely horrified and terrified to go on the thing. Because number one, okay, I'd never been on a water slide. Number two, I did not know how to swim. So I was like, how am I going to live through this when I drop at the bottom? How am I going to get over to the side? Now, I didn't realize that the way water slides are made, at least most of them, when you drop into the water, there's a current that's very strong and it whisks you over to the side. So you kind of float over the side and you climb up the steps and get out. Well, I didn't have that concept up here of how that all worked. So all I could picture was me dropping under the water and staying there because I couldn't swim. So yeah, I was scared. So I didn't want to go on there. I finally got up the courage to go and grab one of the tubes. And I remember I set it down. And when I set it down, I tried to climb on it. And you're not really supposed to climb on it. You're actually supposed to be in it, I guess. So that, you know, your bottom is sitting on the slide, not the tube on the slide. You can do it either way. But if it's your first time down, you really should just like kind of wear it. Well, I didn't. So here I was sitting on it. And at one point, people are a little bit rude on water slides, let me tell you. Especially if they have too many on at the same time. I got this guy's foot up my nose, like his toe up my nose. And I kept getting hit in the head by people's feet. And they're like laughing because they're having a good old time. Not paying attention to me, who's terrified because I can't swim. So I'm sitting on my tube. And the guy, I guess, must have spun around somehow and kicked me off the tube. So my tube went down ahead of me. And here I am standing there. All these people are still going down. Here's this girl standing in the middle of the slide, terrified. And they're just all coasting down, giggling, laughing, talking out loud, screaming, yelling. If you've been on a water slide, you know what I mean. And I'm like, oh my God, I lost my tube. So I try to climb up the side of the wet slide onto those wood chips so I can get up on the sidewalk and go and tell the people I lost my tube. I tried 3 times, and all 3 times I ended up falling and hitting my head on the bottom of the slide. I finally managed on like the 3rd time to get out of the thing, and I went up to the top, and I remember asking questions like, is it really deep down there? Am I going to drown if I fall down the slide? Can I swim? I was so scared. They're like, no, you don't have to have a tube. Just climb in the slide and go down. You'll be fine. So I think that's what I ended up doing. I think I ended up going down just on my butt without the tube. And when I dropped down, yeah, I got water up my nose and in my mouth, but I think somehow I managed to walk or move my way over to the steps or whatever. But yeah, and you'd think I wouldn't go back on a water slide after that, but I've been on water slides a lot since then. But yeah, that was so scary because first time, couldn't swim, no tube. Ugh, scary stuff. That is my water slide story. Kind of entertaining, I guess. A lot more entertaining than staring at the back of my head while I'm looking down doing drill beads that should already be done a long time ago, and it's taking forever to get this stupid thing done. Ugh. Okay, now we got a 152. I'm hoping this is it. I don't know. Yes. Score. Okay, we're going to get the J's filled in now. You're enjoying this, huh, Mommy Mars? Enjoying my little rambling about water slides? I'll tell you another story, because carnival rides are fun stories to tell. Even though I'm losing most of my room here, that's fine. I don't blame you. I would have left a long time ago. So my brother and I used to go in haunted houses, but they were the kind that you would ride in a car to go in. I don't know if I would do that now. I'm not sure. I used to love those. We used to call them fun houses, although they weren't all that fun for me. Anywho, I rode on the inside of the car, and my brother was like on the outside. So like if you're staring, looking at the car, like you're a parent or something watching your kids go on the ride, my brother was here. I was kind of in the back area, which was probably a good thing, because what came out at the end of the ride was not a good thing. So what they would have happen, I don't know if you guys have ever seen this done, and I didn't know this is how it was done. I lived a very phantasmical childhood. Like I lived in fantasy. Everything was like I don't know how to explain it. It was just fantasy. Everything was fantasy. I didn't relate real well to the real world. I mean, I could go to school and do schoolwork and whatever, but in my mind, I always lived in a fantasy. So I had trouble distinguishing between reality and fiction. Well, my brother decided we were going to ride on this ride. It was called Laugh in the Dark. That's what they would call it. Nobody was laughing in my case, but it was called Laugh in the Dark. So we got in this car, and you go through. Let me know if you guys have ever done this, if you've ever been in one of those rides where you're like in this car, and it goes like not really super fast, but pretty fast for a little car. And it like travels on the track, and then all of a sudden it'll go like that, and then it'll turn another way. It'll drive a little bit more, and as it's doing these little turns, there's these cages with these scary things lighting up in them, like snakes that come to the screen like this, you know. And I was okay with that. In fact, I was quite proud of myself. I remember telling Matthew, my brother, hey Matt, I'm like handling this great. You know, this is actually kind of fun. He's like, yeah, it is. It is. You know, we're having a good time. This is all in the dark, by the way. In the dark, you're in this car jerking around, whatever. Okay, at the end of the ride, which I didn't know this because this had never happened before that I could recall. They have a guy standing there in one of those very shaky, rubbery silicone masks, like, you know, like a Freddy Krueger-ish type of mask or something. I don't think Freddy Krueger was the thing back when I was a child, but a scary mask nonetheless. And it was like a shaky, jiggly mask. They might have wet it or something to make it look all shiny and slimy and creepy like. Anyway, he was standing there. And as riders would come out, he would like either go, ah, you know, scream at them, or he would put his hand on their shoulder. God. So I'm sitting next to my brother. I'm here in the ride, okay? He's over here. He's on the outside where all the people are standing watching. The guy, did he touch me or did he touch him? He touched my brother. I think my brother started yelling, and I literally leapt over my brother, or leaped, however you say it. I think it's leapt over him and ran from that ride, screaming and crying. I was so scared. Oh my gosh. And I'm sure that guy was having a blast. What I didn't know, what I didn't see until I stood and watched the ride, like my mom would do that. My mom was really good about kind of calming my fears. She'd be like, Laura, turn around and watch this now, okay? I'm like, I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. He touched Matthew. I was like freaking out. She's like, just stand here and watch this ride. Watch what he's doing. I would watch. The guy would go from the entrance of the ride and literally climb up over the roof and like over the awning way of one of the window things. And he would do it like right as he saw the car coming to a certain point, ready to come out. He would climb over and he'd step down and he'd be there waiting for when these wooden doors would like swing open. And then he would like jump out and scare the person or touch their shoulder. And that kind of calmed me down. She's like, now, do you want to go on it again? I'm like, no, no, never. Oh, I was so scared. I was such a scaredy cat back then. And like I said, I probably would still be scared now. But yeah, that was definitely something. A lot of weird experiences as a kid, for sure. Scary stuff. My brother was probably laughing at me, though, because, you know, he thought I was a big wuss. And I probably was and am. That's just me. I don't like scary stuff. I don't like gory stuff. Never have, never will. And, yeah. So there you go. There's my little story for your listening pleasure, whatever. I'm still working on this dumb diamond painting, trying to get it done. I'm determined I'm getting this done today. I said that last time, but no, this time I really am, because there's honestly not that much left to do on this. And there's no reason I can't finish it. There's like just a few more spaces to fill in. If I can figure out what I'm filling in them, that will be helpful. But yeah, it'll be done today. And then I can clear my mind and get ready for the new one that's coming soon. Maybe today. I don't know. All right, let's see here. So I think most of the top part is done. I don't see too many more empty spaces. There's a P that can go in there. Let's see. 21,996. But yeah, that's that blue one. Really pretty teal bluish ones. Get those put in there for the P. Yeah, you know, another reason why it's helpful to have people chat in the chat, because it jogs your memory about stuff, other topics and things that you can talk about. But if nobody's talking, you have to literally fabricate from your own brain. Okay, what do I want to say next? And eventually, like you know, I run out of stuff to talk about. I don't know what else to say. Because it's all on me to try to entertain you. And yeah, that doesn't always work very well. So when Mommy Mars mentioned about that ride and the guy sadly losing his life in that heinous, disgusting way, that jogged my memory about some of the rides I had been on. And about Sergeant Hackamer's death from the ride. Okay, let's see. Thank you, Mommy Mars and Grandma Ducky and everybody else for being a member of my channel. I appreciate it. Although we have not done much with the membership, and I'm not really sure what to do with the membership. If you can post things on my membership, Mommy Mars, you could post those little video clips that you gave me about neatening and minimalizing. However you say the dumb word. Minimalizing. There we go. That works. You can post those there and then people can watch them and maybe get some ideas for their own home if they want to. That might be something we could do in our membership. That's helpful for people. And maybe enjoyable. Okay, now we have 273844. It's quiet in here. So quiet. think I'm going to go with this blue one here. Now I'm just doing some triangular fill-ins. Basically, there's a triangle, and I'm putting little bead thingies in it. I technically probably should just sign off because there's not hardly anybody in here. Heck, I didn't even get trolled today. I'm amazed. Trolls are off duty today or something. That's a first. Where have all my trolleys gone? Long time passing. Where have all my trolleys gone? Long time ago. Peter, Paul, and Mary. Where have all the trolleys gone? What's that thing called? What's that underground YouTube thing called? I can't remember now. I was going to use that for my next lyric. Gone to something, everyone. Oh well. It would have been a perfect song if I could have remembered what it's called. I think one of the things I am going to do at some point is get my piano tuned so that it sounds good when I play songs on it. I need to eventually get my guitar restrung. Although I'm better off just buying a whole new guitar, honestly. Someday, we'll see. I need to get my finances situated first to make sure I have extra money to work with to do any of that stuff. And I am going to clog, so there's that money too. Man, my throat is sore. Too much talking. Cool. So is there a way for you to go into the membership on my channel and post those channels? Do they give you like a place to refer people to that? That would be cool. We could have that on there. Something, useful and entertaining all at the same time. Yeah, I'm going to check them out. That's a couple of phone calls to make today. But I do want to check out those videos for sure. Oh, okay. Thank you. Well, maybe I will post their videos in there. Give them some free publicity. They might enjoy that. And they deserve it because their channel's really good. I don't mind promoting other channels that I find value in, I will check her out. No, I just saw a J that I want to fill in with this pink one. And now, oh, there it is. Okay, I'm going to show you guys how far we got on this so far. And how little we have left to do. Wow, that is really awesome. They really look like turtles swimming under the sea. Now you get to see the close-up of all the little tiny mistakes I made. The glue that I used, all that stuff. See how tiny those little beads are? They're teeny, teeny. You can see a few little spaces in there that I haven't filled in yet. But there you go. That's what it looks like. We almost got it all done, and then I am so done with this. Ready to move on. Oh, are you actually going to do it then? You're going to fly out for the funeral, Mommy Mars? I know you said you didn't want to do that. I totally get it. I hate planes, as you know. Thank you. I think it turned out pretty good, yeah. Hopefully the next one will turn out even better and be much more enjoyable, especially as I near the end of it, because this is like getting monotonous at this point. Yeah, I don't blame you. I don't like planes at all. Not fun. Very scary for me. I don't like the bumpity bump and feeling like I'm in the air, supported by literally nothing other than air. Just gotta pray, you know, that God has you in his hands, and he's not gonna let anything happen to you. It's not your time. You're not going anywhere. That's the way my foster mom always told me. So take heart in that you're not going anywhere until it is your time to go somewhere. Trying to figure out, I just had another letter that I needed. I don't know where it went. I was actually watching a makeup tutorial this morning that was really interesting. I would like to wear makeup again. I need to buy some makeup. I don't have any. So I'll have to get some of that eventually if I want to wear it. I would like to wear eyelashes again. Lady I work with wears really long eyelashes, like super long. And they look really cool on her. But don't know if I want them that long. They're like, hers are like out to here. They look good on her, but I don't think I want those for me. I also know that some of the eyelashes you can get are like what they call corner lashes. And they just sit like on the corner of your eye, like from the half to out here. And they kind of bring your eye up, kind of like a cat eye look. It's another thing I was kind of looking into. I don't know. Life is short and it's enjoyable if you make it enjoyable. And I plan on making it enjoyable for myself. So I'm going to do new things and explore and experiment. You know me, how I do. So that's what I'm going to do. Yeah. I know. It's stressful. I got you, Mommy Maris. I understand. Not enjoyable. But just realize you're only going to be in the air for a little while, and then you'll be back on the ground again. And before you know it, you'll be coming back home. Hopefully you got somebody to babysit your doggies. Somebody you trust with them. Because that's always been my thing, is I don't want to leave my pets when I travel. Unless I know they're in like really good hands. Nobody's ever going to really take care of your pets like you do anyways. That's just something that's how it is. So you got to get somebody that comes as close as you can to how you would handle your pets and give them explicit instructions on how to care for the pets. That way, that's one less thing you have to be concerned about while you're gone. That your pets are happy and healthy and getting fed and taken out to potty if they do that, or let out for some air if they need that, like my pets. I always tell my daughters, like, if there's something they dread doing or something that's coming up that's scaring them or making them uneasy, that if you take a bucket and you drop like a drop of water in it, it's just like one drop. It makes a lot of ripples, but it's literally just one drop in a big bucket. Your life is that bucket. The drop is that instance that you're dreading. It's just one tiny little thing. Don't look at it as, oh my gosh, it's this looming thing I'm in the middle of. I'm so scared. Yeah, I know. That stress of that. I get it. Well, I'll just pray that everything goes through smoothly and quickly. If you don't have any foibles along the way, as they say. You tell me when you're going, I will cover you in prayer, and you shouldn't have any issues because my prayers are heard and they work. Pretty much anybody that I've ever prayed for will tell you that. I don't know why that is. I don't know that I can always get prayers to work for myself, but when I pray for other people, things happen. Always been that way. Not saying I'm a magician or got some kind of special whatever. It's just how it is. How it's always been. Oh, that's good. Well, good. That's a good burden off of your shoulders then for sure. That you have somebody that's going to take care of and love your puppies while you're gone. I'm glad. Very glad of that. Oh, I'm going buggy-eyed with this thing. I'm so tired of it. Okay, let's just look at the big picture here. In this case, I have to. We got triangles that need teal. That's the next thing I need to do. Get all the teal done. We got triangles here and triangles over here and there. Nothing on the bottom. Oh, one over here on the bottom. I'm just going to do that one right now. Get that out of the way. Bam. Okay. And let's see. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We don't have too many more teals to go, so I'm going to get those out of the way. Oh, yeah, that would be hard, Mommy Mars. Yeah, if a doggy likes a certain person and that person is not the one with them, they don't like that very much. That is true. Animals are so particular. They have their likes and their dislikes for sure. Like if I try to hold Mimi and Matthew's around, forget it. She wants him, not me, and that's just how it's going to be. And he doesn't always want her climbing on him because he's busy doing stuff. I'm like, honey, I can't hold her. She wants you. She doesn't want me. And it's true. She gets it in her mind. She wants to cuddle with Matthew, and that's it. Nothing else will do. And then she'll like nudge him with her head till he pets her. She's just like, pet me, darn it. I just keep bothering you till you do. Eventually he'll give in and pet her, but yeah, she just insists that he is the one. It's really kind of cute, honestly. They do say pets choose their owners. They just warm up to whoever they decide is worthy of them or whatever. So that is how it is in this household anyway. Michi is the princess, queen, whatever, that gets her way just by round, her little round she does. Kind of insistent. This is what I want. This is what I'm going to get, and nobody's going to stop me. And well, she's Meech, so she gets her way. Yeah, I get it. I was talking about Maverick earlier about his little bling bling collar that he's so proud of. It's the funniest thing. Like when we put him to bed at night, now he sleeps in with us. He got his way about that. We don't leave him outside the door because he just sits and cries for Bobo all night. So he comes and lays in the bed with us, so we don't have to, feel so bad about him missing Bobo. And we take the collar. I take the collar off him at night because I don't want him to strangle on it, or I don't want it pressing on his throat too much or whatever. And then in the morning, I put it back on him. And it's the funniest thing. He's like a totally different animal with that collar on. He is so proud with that collar on his neck. It's like, I belong. I am someone. And his cheeks puff out and he just like struts around like he's just all that in a bag of chips. Funny, funny cat. Kitten. I don't know whether to call him a cat or a kitten because he's so little. But he really is a cat. He's an adult now, but he's just a little cat. I know. Me too. I feel very sad for Maverick. But soon, hopefully, we'll be able to remedy that problem. Just waiting to hear that the kittens were born and find out when the kitten is allowed or like able to be away from mama. And I don't want her to take the kitten away from mama too soon either. But as often happens with mama cats, they're just like, I'm done. I'm not nursing you anymore. I'm not nurturing you anymore. You're off on your own. And that's when it's okay to rehome them, to a family, a human family, in my opinion. If that's the longest, if you can get them to last with the mama that long, it's a good thing. So since Erin owns the mama and the daddy, and she'll, of course, own all the babies, it shouldn't be hard for her to make sure she doesn't give the baby to us too early. Well, we're letting Neo and Maverick apparently stay with us at night. Mimi is the one that drives Matthew crazy and doesn't let him sleep. So Mimi goes outside the door and we shut the door. She doesn't usually mind it. She finds herself a place to sleep and goes to sleep. But yeah, Mavy's just, he can't really see that well for one thing. So Bobo's kind of his comfort, I think, because he was his eyes. He helped him navigate and see, as he was going through the world. Now he doesn't have his seeing eye dog, so to speak. So yeah, at night he just stays with us. I actually woke up with Maverick like underneath my arm, like I was hugging him, not tightly, but just holding him like that. What does Mimi do? She wants outside. She'll just like keep going near the window and scratching at it, or she'll like jump on our faces to try to get us to let her out. Yeah, she's very restless. She doesn't like staying asleep very long. She has to keep bugging us to let her outside. And then if we let her out, we got to let her in because she's not going to be out there very long in the cold. Keep in mind, we don't have sunshine going on here right now. We got a whole lot of rain and cold weather and icky stuff happening here. So yeah, she can be a real pain in the backside when she's out and about. So she just stays out in the living room usually, or sometimes in the cat room. Just depends where she decides to roost herself. Okay. So glad this is almost done. Some of these I don't even know what color they are. Tan. Just saw it. Where is it? I lost my place. Easter's coming, everybody. What are you guys doing for Easter? Do you celebrate Easter? Get together with family? Are you worried about COVID? What are the Easter plans? For me, I've got to talk to my daughter Carol and find out if I can get a ride to, I think, Anna's house or Carol's. I think it's at Carol's house. I don't know. For Easter. Because I don't obviously have a vehicle right now that's working. That's not gonna help me any to try to get around anywhere without a vehicle. Although, well, and buses aren't going to run on Easter, obviously. So can't take a bus either. I wish they would run buses. You know, not everybody has a darn car. So it would be nice if they would think about that, cater a little bit more to those of us that don't have one. But then again, I'm glad we have bus service because a lot of places don't even have that. Man, I am totally out of these green ones, so might have to use a blue one, I guess. I'm not seeing the one I need here at all. That'll work, I guess. Put that in there. Now, the next diamond painting I'm getting is going to have to be done really carefully with all the colors in the right place because it's a very special one and it's a gift. So I want to make sure I don't mess it up. And I'll have to make sure when I do it that it's lined up perfectly too. Because like this right here, I think there's an extra bead thing here. It's not fitting very well. All my beads shifted over. Looking pretty good though, guys. Looking pretty good. Need a little bit of fill-ins here. In some of the spaces where I'm not sure what goes in there. My back is starting to hurt though. You know, standing here like this, not comfortable on the back. So I got to remind myself, Carol, counselor, and clogging. Those are the 3 things I need to take care of today. Get in for an evaluation to get a new counselor. Tell Carol I need a ride for Easter. And get a hold of the clogging instructor and find out if she's going to let me exchange the shoes for other ones. And find out all the details about when the clogging is, where it's located, and then I got to call the bus too. So got a bunch of little things I need to call today. I'll be doing that shortly as soon as I get off of here. What time is it? Oh, it's almost 4 o'clock. So yeah, I need to keep that in mind and make sure I take care of that little issue there. And if Carol decides that she needs to switch these little bead things around, she can pop them out and do them herself. I'm fine with that. It will not hurt my feelings at all. Okay, I know this is terrible, but after I do this next caller, I'm done for the day because I can't anymore with this stuff. It's just giving me buggy eyes. Yep. You too, Mommy Mars. Thanks for coming in and hanging with me. Appreciate it always. Just going to do this one little color here, and then I'm going to stop for the day because my patience with this thing has gone. I'm just done with this. But I do appreciate everybody hanging out with me. And those of you that watch later, for as long or short as you watch, thank you. Without you, I would not have a channel. So thank you for watching the ads if you do, letting them play if you do, helping me out like that. You're keeping me coming back because whether or not you're okay with people getting paid for ads, those ads and that pay is what help us pay our internet bill. So we keep coming back on to do more live streams and more videos for you. That is the truth of the matter. So please don't begrudge us if you have been. Let us get our pay so that we can pay Mediacom or whatever our internet provider might be. Because that is why we are able to do what we do. And if that is of value to you, then just know that it comes at a cost of some sort. If you want to call it dry begging, e-begging, I guess. If you want to say paying your internet bill so you can come on and do internet is dry begging, then I guess we all do that, don't we? If we come on and tell you that, well, we're getting paid revenue from the ads, then we're all a bunch of dry beggars, if that's your definition of it. Okay. Not begging, just letting you know. That's how it works in the internet world. Someone has to pay for the airtime and whatever. The pixels or whatever it is. I don't even know what we pay for. I have no idea. I just know that there is something called an internet bill, and it comes every month. And I use any money I make on here to pay that bill. Plus the money that I make when I work. So yeah, you're helping keeping me come back. And if that's what you want, then thank you. Thank you for doing that. I appreciate it. Okay. What else do we have here to do? Another teal here. I'm always hoping Carol is not watching when I show this thing because I want her to be surprised when she opens it and sees it. Because it is her gift after all. Okay. Are we finished? I hope with this part. I think so. All right. I'm done with those triangles. I'm not going to do any more right now. I have a very tiny bit left to do. Oh, that's all right. That's all right, Spoof. I'm about to head off, I think. I have pretty much exhausted my patience on this. But I did get quite a bit done, so thank you for hanging with me, listening to my carnival stories. Excuse me. Watching me cook. And all that jazz. All right. So I'm going to get going. Thanks again for coming in. You guys be blessed and have a wonderful day. And happy Erev Shabbat. It's time already for Erev Shabbat. I'll be lighting the candles today, probably around 5 something, I think, for the Shabbat. And then tomorrow, the Havdalah. Anyway, you guys have a great night. And I hope I see you very soon. Yahweh willing. Shalom.